Welcome, Eagles everywhere, to our weekly one-on-one with head coach Nick Sirianni, presented by Wawa. I'm Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro. And Coach, big win on Sunday against Tennessee. Now it's on to the road. We're in a long season, 17 games. How do you keep guys fresh? What is the approach to that?
I think one big part of that is, the connection that the guys have, where they want to come in, see each other every day. They want to come in, see the coaches, want to see each other. And, I think that's a big part of it. I think we want the building to feel like, hey, we get to go in and play football today. And so you get pictures of the guys around the building where they're seeing that. There's always, every time you get a win, you get new pictures around the building from the win. And so hopefully that helps. But then also just understanding, those are some of the little things, but also understanding, hey, we had to be just as on it this week as we were last week if we're going to be able to go to New York and be able to get a win. And so, that's the mindset, is everything in the preparation for the game that you have. And so when you can kind of break it down into weeks like that and then days by that, I think that's a big part of it.
There's also the physical component of it too. I mean, do players come to you and say, hey, I really would like a rest day? Because fans always ask me, what is a rest day?
Yeah, good question. Rest days are for our guys that we deem that need it, right? And then you're also thinking about the schedule based off of how the week went before, where you are in the season, whether you're going to walk through on Wednesday, whether you're going to practice on Wednesday. As far as rest days, the limit guys, that's based off of what we feel like. Everybody's a little bit different, and the players don't come to me and say, I need a rest day. I'm telling you, every one of those guys. No, those guys want to practice, and which I love about this team. And so it's us more saying, hey, we need to rest you based off of some things that we saw in the game, numbers that you ran, where you are in your career. So there's a lot that goes into it. And so it's just like coming up with a third down play. You're going through the process of how to come up with a third down play. Well, it's the same thing. If every detail and every little detail is important, it's the same way you talk about players and players' health as well.
When a player has a rest day, are they doing work? Are they in meeting? Like, what are they doing? They're not sleeping at their locker.
As you know, we have a lot of meeting time and we have a lot of walkthrough time. So they're involved in all that. Rest would be more so when you're physically out there at practice. And, with where we are right now, it's there's not a lot of guys that have a full day off. It's more kind of limited, but it's all about keeping them fresh so they can be at their best on Sunday.
Sunday is the first of 3 games away from Lincoln Financial Field. Very unique situation. So how do you keep, everybody's talking about the end of the year. How do you keep everybody in the moment? Are we now drawing again on dog mentality?
One game at a time. Okay. One game at a time, one day at a time, one meeting at a time, one walkthrough at a time, and just be in the moment of where you are right there. I don't think anyone's thinking that way, because that's been our mindset the entire year of, hey, how do we just get ready to go 1-0 this week? And so that will be the mindset. We're not. I couldn't even. You just told me that we have 3 away games in a row. I'm not in there. I don't even know who we play next. I know we play the Giants at 1 o'clock at MetLife, and we're getting ready to play them, and that's the biggest game of our season.
Those experiences from Cleveland and Miami, do you draw on them at all? I mean, have you seen benefits from those trips?
I think what benefits from those trips, I don't think you're thinking about them this time of the year, but what benefits of those trips are the connections that the guys made during those trips, right? We're all out there together. We're all in Cleveland, Ohio together. Yeah, we'd all rather be in Philadelphia, right, than Cleveland, Ohio. And, we're all out there together. We're going through it together. And that's just another form of connecting. Like you asked me earlier about we're in this part of the season. The connecting is the most important, that the guys want to come in and be part of that. Well, that doesn't happen like that, right? It happens through a course of the year. It happens through, hard training camp practices. It happens through OTAs. It happens through going away to Cleveland, Ohio together and for one purpose, to get better at football and connect.
You've played 12 games. The Giants, for the first time here, they've been watching all season. They know you from last year. The offense is one thing, running the ball one week, throwing the ball the next week. You still have more left in the playbook? Like, is there still more that you worked on in the summer that you have not pulled out?
Shoot, man, every game's important to date, so we haven't been really saving anything, and so we got, but are there new wrinkles? Of course, right? Are there new things that you try to mesh together? Of course there is. And so, Yeah, I mean, I guess for the fans and for the opposing teams, yes, we got a lot more.
Good stuff. But there's a familiarity with the Giants, from the Giants to you,
Yeah,
right?
always. I mean, I know it's a new staff, and I got a lot of respect for this staff that we're playing, and I have a lot of respect for the players, but it is similar players. It just so happens we got one of their better players, and is he playing corner for us.
Yeah. Speaking of the defense, Jonathan Gannon's group, okay, let's see. First in takeaways, first against the pass, second in sacks, second in total defense. You're doing all of these things. You're not exposed. There's a lot of teams that have to generate the pass rush with the blitz. Jonathan hasn't had to do that. What does this say about what he and his staff and the players are putting together here?
You say a lot of the numbers, and really the numbers that we're always concerned about are explosive plays, turnovers, and we're doing well in both of those, and then points, right? And so we're doing well in all those areas, and there's an art to it. Like, it's just like on offense. Somebody asked me a question the other day on offense. You got to be able to get explosive plays, but not turn it over. Right? Well, it's the same thing here. You can't give up the explosive play, but we got to turn it over. Those are both really important, but they somewhat, I don't want to say contradict each other, but when there's some things that happen when you try to get an explosive play that puts you at risk to turning it over. And so, you just got to try to get the guys in the right spots, and then the guys go execute. And that's what's been going on. Our guys have done a phenomenal job of executing out there, and we're able to get pass rush with our guys. We're able to get turnovers because of our guys. We got guys that are sticky in coverage. We got guys that can rush the passer, and so we're really playing good as a full unit. Good team defense. 11-1 out there on defense.
Coach, good luck this weekend against the Giants.
Thanks,
MetLife
Dave.
Stadium, a win, and the Eagles are in. We break some news here that Nick didn't know. Eagles' first of 3 straight road trips. This one is important. Thanks for joining us. Our weekly one-on-one with head coach Nick Sirianni, presented by Wawa.